Today I'm going to show you how to build a highly successful online coaching business in the easiest way possible. Some would say almost an autopilot. So if you're a coach stuck on the client hamster wheel and the only way you make more is by working more, then you've got a scalability problem. So today, what we're going to do, I'm going to break down exactly how to build you a coaching offer that grows with you and not against you. So the first problem we come to is the problem with custom coaching. A lot of times I have calls with clients and they start off by trying to separate themselves by giving tailored solutions to almost everybody and not having a packaged solution. The problem with this is it might be good to get your foot in the door and make someone feel good, but it's going to turn out to be a nightmare. As soon as you get 5 or 6 clients, as soon as it's tailored to every person's needs and specifically what's going on in their life, trust me, it's going to become a nightmare. Custom becomes capped. The growth becomes capped. You get stuck into a bottleneck and you start to experience some burnout. It's inevitable. So if every new client that you're adding is adding another 1 to 2 to 3 hours per week, that's not scaling. Minimum, it needs to be 30 minutes per client, and that should be the onboarding only. With a one-to-one tailor-based solution, it's really time heavy. You're stacked on calls. You don't really have any time to work on your business and working on growing it and finding new clients. Sometimes you may not even want to, because you're getting the amount of people you're getting in is making it so hard because you're working an extra few hours per client. There's going to come a time where you're working 20 hours a week. Do you really want to sign someone else? That's where you come to the point of wanting to build something which is a lot more scalable. And this is where we come to the shift to scalable delivery. A great hybrid model for this, or at least a real scalable delivery model, is having a one-to-one once a month as opposed to once a week, but also having a curriculum. So if there's something that you're teaching your clients, if there's something specific in terms of a mindset or breath work, having a great curriculum somewhere. It could be in your own area, in Trainerize. School has a great product that you can get people on there to teach them. If you spend some time building that out, you can really hold your hat on a repeatable transformation that you can achieve for many different people. Also, I know it's a source for contention, but having a group call as opposed to your weekly one-to-one can go a long way to giving extra value to your client. Everybody's going to get their question answered, and not only that, but it also increases that community feel within your client group, which will help you with your retention in the long run. People will be able to share problems and learn from each other, not only from you. Another way to scale without adding more time in is to increase the perception of value in what you're offering. At the base of things, it's not you that clients want, it's the results, it's the transformation. They don't want to sit with you for 5 hours on calls. They just want to know that you're going about a system and they're going about the same system to get the results that they want. Great things that help with this is high production onboarding, real clarity in process, also social proof, being clear in onboarding in terms of what they're going to get out of the modules, what they're going to get out of the course that they've bought with you, what they're going to get out of the transformation. Another way of looking at the value is don't put the huge transformation as the only one thing. In some cases, that's going to be 3 months, 6 months down the line if someone wants to get abs. What you should have in between that is semi-frequent goals that they can achieve along the way so that they feel like they're achieving value, they're making progress. If you put something 6 months down the line that they're waiting for, that motivation will dwindle. Having those little wins along the way is going to make people stick around for longer and also be much happier with your service. So being clear with that in the onboarding process, setting those goals is imperative. What you can also do with what you teach is record your modules. Like I said before with breathwork, if you have some curriculum that you want to teach, record that module and have a weekly drop-in call where people can ask you questions on it. That way, when everyone signs up, when you have a new client, they can go through and read stuff and watch stuff of what you recorded before. Onboarding and systems is one of the most important ways, if not the most important way to scale. Onboarding is a lot more of an admin thing. I know there's questions to ask to ascertain people's goals and what they actually want and get an idea of what they want to get out of the program. But being able to automate this as much as you can, maybe if you want to outsource it to a VA, maybe if you can have a funnel, that will go a long way to saving you time. For example, what we can do, we can have a onboarding trigger where someone's bought your course, or as soon as someone says yes on a sales call and they've filled out the Stripe information and sent you the money, that can create a trigger, that can send them an email, that can send them a welcome email with some freebies maybe. You can create a webhook to get them into your system, to get them into your portal too, and then start asking the real questions, to start understanding what their transformation is going to be, what they want to get out of it, etc., etc. Content is a great way to leverage inbound leads. People who want to come and work with you without you even going and soliciting them. Me specifically, I spend 3 hours every Monday scripting my content, scripting my YouTube videos, my reels, my carousels, my posts and my stories. Then on Wednesday, I go through and film, and that's another 3 hours. So that's 6 hours that I spend every week, and that gives me a whole week of content. That gives me more than 10 pieces of content every week. Another huge important issue is the pricing and delivery alignment. So do not price based on the time that you spend. You are not working for the hour. You need to price based on the transformation delivered and the value of that. Not only the value of that, the subjective value of that, but the value to your client. For example, losing £100 to one person will mean a lot more to another person losing £100, depending on health history, depending on their family circumstances. Now, naturally, with higher ticket programs, there will be fewer clients, but they will get more attention, they will get better results because you are high ticket and there is value in that. So essentially, to summarize here, your friend is automation. Be careful not to over-personalize. You can use automation and give it a personal touch, but if you really want to scale, systems is paramount. So if you're currently burnt out and you want to shift that to become a scalable business owner, then just comment down below the word scale or send me a DM on Instagram and we can break it down a bit further. That's it for today. I will see you in next week's episode.